Hi, Schlockmeister fans. By request from Marty, this is called Bigfoot from 1987. Let's watch. Our film starts with a mother-daughter and a father-son camping. The two parents are dating each other.
We're going to be up here another 3 days. Don't you think it's time June and Samantha started trying to get along?
The kids don't get along. That's Candace Cameron, by the way.
Wait, give me a break. I really like Kevin's dad. Now, can't you just try and be nice?
The kids go off on their own after the parents go off on their own. And little Samantha slips and falls. Ouch. Kevin goes down to rescue her, and when he gets down there, she's gone. But he does find something. Big tracks.
There?
So where is Sam? Well, she's in a cave. But she's not alone.
Go back!
He wants to get help.
Get out! Zach, that's a full day's hike. They could be dead by then.
We can't search for them for ourselves.
I never thought I'd be so glad to hear your harmonica.
He eventually finds her. They're lost.
I saw something last night.
Hey,
So he's going to help her get away. They run into a bear, who then runs into a Bigfoot. And the bear's going to run from Bigfoot.
Taken out. And not by Kevin.
Colleen Dewhurst plays Gladys.
by who?
She's like an anthropologist.
By a Sasquatch. A Bigfoot.
And guess what? The Bigfoot's not alone. They named them Albert and Alice.
Oh no, there's two of them.
The Bigfoots, or is it Big Feet, adopt the two kids,
Eating dirt.
try to feed them, but
That too.
not having a lot of luck there.
What's that?
There's a chance that one child or both of them has been adopted by this Sasquatch.
Adopted?
Kids have grown accustomed to their adopted Sasquatch parents.
I don't know how you can stand that. Even I can smell them.
It's kind of funny, but they don't smell so bad to me anymore.
Doesn't that bug you having to pick through your hair like that?
Not really.
Looks as if they've been adopted.
Anyway, Gladys goes in searching for them. She finds Kevin, and then tells Kevin to go get his sister.
Put this on. We're getting out of here.
What about Alex?
Anyway, they're reunited with their parents.
He saved my life. I'll miss him.
Now, Dad was told to hide because they thought the Sasquatch might be startled by a male figure. Meet Jack Kendricks. He's a hunter.
Laszlo, probably cubs, like the one I saw months ago. Now you get into position. We're running out of time. Okay?
Anyway, he starts shooting at the Sasquatch, not knowing that each one of them was carrying a kid.
There's children up there!
Anyway, later on, he manages to hit one with a dart. Meanwhile, the kids are back in the cave with Alice.
She never hurt anybody.
She took a bullet.
Guess when we don't understand something, we get afraid.
Light. Hold it up high. Get the light over it. Hold it up. Hold it right.
Well, the father is a doctor, so he's decided he's going to operate.
Keep it up.
Anyway, he now has his captured Sasquatch, and the kids are going to try to
Go.
rescue Albert from him.
He's probably had enough to drop an elephant.
Operation was a success.
Are you coming with us?
I'll sit with the female. At least until she's awake. Go on now. I know your kids are fine.
kids are going to try to take the truck, but this guy Laszlo, who works with Mr. Kendricks, decides he has a heart and he's going to let the creature go too.
Listen, you two better fasten your seatbelt.
And as they're escaping, they have a little accident. They get rid of the bear.
Please, a little bit.
Let me try.
The bear is asleep. They managed to tranquilize it. Now they're going to let the Sasquatch go. So when Kendricks calls the press to come look at his Sasquatch, he finds out that they switched it and put the bear in there. The movie ends with kids reunited with their parents, and the Sasquatch is walking off into the sunset. Alright, let's talk about this movie, Bigfoot. This was from the magical world of Disney. They had a show that ran for decades, and this one actually was broadcast in 1987, I think March of 1987. I never saw this movie. Not available on DVD. It is available on VHS. I don't know if it's available on in this country, but it was available overseas, and I think that's where this print came from. This is a homemade DVD-R. Took from the disc and made some box art for it. Didn't know anything about it. So it stars Colleen Dewhurst is in this, and it's about two kids, actually I should say two families, a father and son, and then a mother and daughter. The father and mother, I think they're both divorced. They are dating, I guess, and they each have a kid. And they decide to go hiking in the mountains somewhere. I don't know where they are, Colorado. Actually, I think they're in Washington, state of Washington. The mother and father go off on their own, probably to go do it somewhere, leaving the kids behind. The kids decide to explore on their own, even though they didn't get along at first. One of them falls off a small little cliff. The other kid goes down to rescue him, and they end up getting taken in. Actually, the girl gets taken in. By the way, the girl's played by Candace Cameron. She gets taken in by a Sasquatch. The next day, the boy finds her. Both kids are lost now. The parents are looking for them. The boy finds, and turns out there is a family of Sasquatch. And I guess by family I mean a boy and girl, a mother and father Sasquatch. And they kind of like adopt the two kids, take them in, take care of them. Meanwhile, the real parents are freaking out. They're looking for them. The father says, we got to go back to get some help. We can't do this on our own. The mother says, I ain't leaving here without the kids. And then they run into this woman who's like some anthropologist or something like that. She's been studying the Sasquatch for years, and she believes they are real and they're in here somewhere. And she knows their habits and such. So she says they've probably been adopted by the Sasquatch, which she's right. She calls them something like Sasquattle or something like that. So anyway, she ends up going in on her own to find these kids, and she finds them. And then she tells the boy, because the Sasquatch were sleeping, she said, get your sister, I'm going to get you guys out of here. So she does. She gets them out of there, brings them back to the parents. Meanwhile, the Sasquatch woke up, both of them, and they followed them. And so they are reunited with their parents, but then the Sasquatch comes in, and the girl says goodbye to the Sasquatch, who seems to understand. But then the father shows up. Now, the woman had told the father to hide because Sasquatches are going to be, I don't know if offended is the word, but they'll be startled by a male presence. But nonetheless, the father shows up anyway against her wishes. Sasquatch freaks out, grabs the girl, Candace Cameron, takes off with her. The boy follows, and then they grab the boy too, and they're now captured again by the Sasquatches. There's also this hunter who's come in, who's been hunting these things for years, looking for it. He has some sort of bad relationship with the woman. Ultimately, he captures one of the Sasquatch. He's going to show it off to the press and everything. Meanwhile, one of his hunter buddies decides to help the kids, and even though he has the Sasquatch, he helps him helps the Sasquatch escape. It's a real embarrassment for the guy when the press shows up and he opens up the cage and there's a bear inside instead. The movie basically ends with the family being reunited and the Sasquatch is walking off, and I guess that's it. So anyway, it's an interesting little Bigfoot movie. It's not a horror movie by any means. It's not a comedy like Harry and the Hendersons, which came out right about the same time this movie did. It's just more of a drama of what I guess could happen if you run into Sasquatch, which to my knowledge is not real. But whatever. So anyway, I got not much else to say about this. It's a Bigfoot movie. I'd never heard of it. And there you go. So this was recommended by Marty down in Florida, who actually sent me the disc. So thank you, Marty. Here's your Bigfoot. So check it out. Let me know if anybody has seen this thing. I get the feeling this is the kind of movie, if you did watch it back when you were a kid or something back in the 1987, you probably remember it quite fondly. But it's pretty rare to find this movie. So check it out if you can find it. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about it. It's Bigfoot. Watch it. Bye.